You have a bunch of guys in the bathroom all day. Padded Room Radio is back on the air, you animals. My name is Darian. I am back for another week of horror bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you like it or not, I'm still here. Buddy is also here.
What's going on?
What's up, big fella?
Oh, man, just loving this weather.
Just loving the weather, huh? Yeah. You and your motorcycle out cruising around, getting bugs in your teeth?
Yeah, well, I got a full face helmet.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You're pissing people off, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bugs in his beard that hang below them.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Dusty is also here. What's up, fella?
I am here.
You made it back.
Yes.
You look tired, bro.
Vegas will do that to you.
I know that it will. Yeah. So you're not tired. You just have the clap?
Yeah. I caught a mild case of the Ghana herpessyphilades. While I was there.
Wow. Nice
just
little,
a mild case.
Nice little cocktail you got there.
It'll clear up in 10 to 12 years.
Okay.
That's what the doctor
There's
said.
There's an ointment for that, I'm sure. Topical cream. Well, how was everybody's Easter?
Or is it tropical cream?
Hey-o. How was everybody's Easter, dudes? You guys do anything?
I had a house full of people, full family. Yeah,
me too. Yeah. We did a glow-in-the-dark Easter egg hunt.
That's cool.
At the park behind my house. 215 eggs. I think we brought back about 70. So there's plenty of Easter eggs down there. If anybody wants to go dig some up, they probably got melted chocolate in them at this point.
Right.
Yeah, good times.
All right.
Some of them had money in it. So,
yeah.
And which park would this be?
The one right behind my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will be taking a detour on the way home.
Is there still money unaccounted for?
I don't know. I don't know what the other kid. I think I had six or eight kids here. And then we all went down there together and just tore the whole park up.
Okay.
We got the glow-in-the-dark spray paint, right?
Wow.
And we spray painted the eggs. That shit doesn't work. It doesn't actually glow in the dark.
No, you have to have like a black light.
Yeah, something like that. Either way, you don't find those fucking things. And it got dark quick, so all the kids out there with their headlamps on, like a bunch of fucking jewel thieves, trying to find these goddamn Easter eggs. Surprised nobody called the cops on us, really.
Right?
Yeah.
There's hooligans in the park.
Yeah,
with headlamps on.
They're digging holes and things. What's up with you guys? How was your Easter, Dusty?
Very quiet. Just the wife and I and aunt and uncle came over for some prime rib dinner. Ooh. So smoked the prime rib, which was very nice.
Nice.
But it was it, you know. And the kids get. I mean, she's 14, so it's not
kind of.
There's no Easter egg
baskets.
hunting.
Yeah.
There's just a little Easter gift I think we got for her. I don't know. The wife takes care of that, but you know.
Better that way.
It came from both of us, but
of course.
But she got it.
You signed the card.
Yeah, exactly.
Love you too. Bye.
Thanks, Dad, for what you got me. I was like, you're welcome, sport.
Put a lot of thought into that, so there you are.
So I got to give a little shout out to Bear Paw.
Okay.
So with the whole Easter thing, out there in Fernley, Biggest Little Radio put on a little event for Easter egg hunting.
Yeah.
And I mean, just this huge thing, like 15 minutes per age group kind of thing.
Cool.
Well, Bear Paw donated 75 pairs of Bear Paw shoes and slippers out there, so it was like golden eggs. So if they've got one of those, they could go over there and pick them out.
Get a pair of shoes.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, we got a lot of props for that from the radio. Surge, who emailed us, their staffing agency, they emailed us saying, "Hey, thanks. You know, this is really cool. You know, doing something locally like that." So
very cool.
Awesome.
I'm into it. That's
deal.
good stuff. Well, we got a regular horror show to get into here, fellas. We got horror news and listener mail, all the usual shenanigans. Say we kick things off with a little horror news there, fellas.
Yes.
Horror news.
All right, Dusty, go ahead.
All right, so the Toxic Avenger teaser trailer dropped. Have you guys watched it yet?
I have not.
Oh, okay. It actually looks all right. I mean, it looks silly as fuck. Just
I
like,
would expect, yeah.
as you would expect.
Yeah.
But basically, it shows he's, same thing, janitor, needs money to... It seems like he works at a medical company that specializes in, if you pay them, then they can kind of cure all diseases kind of thing.
Okay.
So, and he needs help from them. He's got, I think, an inoperable brain tumor situation going on. And
all right.
His corporate CEO, fucktard of a boss, played by Kevin Bacon, is basically telling him, fuck off.
Right.
We're not going to pay for your shit. Go mop the fucking floors.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't know how he turns into Toxie, but then arms are ripped off, mops are shoved up asses, and it looks,
Now, again, this is Peter Dinklage playing the Toxic Avenger.
Yes. And his name is Winston Goose.
Goose, yeah.
So
Winston Goose.
Yeah.
Now, you already lost me, and I'll tell you why. There's one thing that I need from a Toxic Avenger movie, and it's a guy doing a heavy bench press while smoking a cigarette.
I think cigarettes are outlawed in movies nowadays.
It's true,
Right.
but you got to have that 80s gym montage of all the people in their leg warmers doing the high kicks, and then the two hooligans that are just gym lunatics. And one guy's like, I see fat, and he's just running on the treadmill. I don't know if I want a Toxic Avenger movie without the gym montage there, Dusty.
There might be. I don't know.
There better be,
just
man.
the trailer, so you never know.
I'm going to write a letter to
There's
the
a lot
manager.
of, they could do a modern spin on it with other gym douchebags. You know?
Yeah.
Guys that are sitting their phones on the fucking bench press and, posing
Totally.
for their followers
Yeah.
and shit, So
Absolutely.
they could do that. I don't know. But like I said, the trailer's out and
Okay.
it looks just about as you expect. Pretty fucking silly.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then I had one more. So The Conjuring 2's Lauren Esposito is a werewolf in the First Moon trailer. So it's First Moon is coming out May 6th on just streaming platforms, not going to the theaters. It's basically this twisted high-stakes horror follows Jessica, a woman who wakes up caged and confused, now the prisoner of a brutal cult-like order of werewolf-hunting priests. They believe she's been infected with a sexually transmitted werewolf virus, and their mission is simple: cure her or kill her. And that's what the synopsis reads. And I did watch a trailer, and it looks decent. It looks like I'm a sucker for werewolves.
Me too.
Yeah.
But it looks basically like, like a Salem witch trials kind of thing going on, but for werewolves. So
All right.
It looks decent. The
Okay.
trailer looks decent.
I'm into it.
So,
Yeah.
First Moon is the name of it. It comes out May 26th.
First move.
I don't know, man. There's just been so many bad werewolf movies.
And they did show a partial transformation. It didn't look too bad.
Okay.
So,
All right.
well, that's
I'll
good.
reserve judgment there.
Promising.
Yeah.
'Cause that's where you
lose me.
lose me if it's it's either a shitty creature design,
Yeah.
which was with the Frank Grillo one. Those
Yeah.
fucking guys
Which
were ridiculous.
I still haven't seen.
I wouldn't even bother.
Have you seen Late Phases?
Yes, the old people.
The
home?
werewolves. the Golden Girl werewolves at the
Yes.
end with the big hoop earrings and
Yes.
the pearls. Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, it was
It
ridiculous.
was a good show up until then.
But yeah, so it looks decent.
All
like I
right.
said.
Buddy, you got anything?
Rob Zombie to publish House of a Thousand Corpses, The Making of Cult Classic book with full script and more.
Okay.
The full shooting script is included, along with handwritten notes that provide insight into the process, plus a treasure trove of rare artwork, concept sketches, and stills.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I don't know that I need that. I mean, I like the movie. It's fine. I don't need all that.
Wednesday, season
Okay.
2 poster.
Moving on.
Alrighty.
Moving on.
Here we go.
Season 2 poster for Wednesday is out now.
My daughter will give you a big hug when you tell her that.
Yes, and the season 2 will arrive. The teaser trailer for season 2 will arrive tomorrow,
Okay.
April 23rd. Yes.
You guys watch Wednesday at all?
Yeah.
We watched it.
Yep.
I like it. I like
Good
it.
show.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Lady Gaga is going to join the cast on this one.
Oh, okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, she's got to get her toes in everything.
Yeah.
Right up her alley.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Heather Graham is to star in Entity within, based on the real haunting that inspired The Entity. Man, I love that original movie with Barbara Hershey.
Oh, yeah.
The Entity.
That's
so
a
now
good one.
Heather Graham is going to be in this one. And so, yes, it is set in 1974 suburban Los Angeles. A single mother is violently attacked by an unseen force in her home. With no one believing her, she turns to a team of paranormal researchers.
How far do you think they're going to go with this one?
I hope really far.
She's been in that, what it was, the body horror one she just did.
Suitable Flesh.
Suitable Flesh.
Suitable Flesh.
And she's got
She has no problem with the...
I'm
the
okay
nudity.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing her naked. But
Yeah, she's never had a problem with that.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
but I don't know. You can't put a hard R out there. Because let's be honest, the original Entity was all just a big ghost rape scene, really.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was, as far as
Brutal,
1981 standards
That was
go, it was
pretty
pretty
good.
hard on. I wonder how far they're going to take it this time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Who knows?
more of a. I bet you the ghost just makes a bunch of insensitive remarks. And that's it. Somebody's put on some weight.
Yeah.
Oh, misogyny. Oh,
Those jeans fit you last month.
oh, terrifying.
Yes, it's known as the Blither case. That's previously inspired Frank DeFelida's 1978 book, The Entity, which was adapted into that 1982 film of the same name, starring Barbara Hershey.
Very cool.
That's all I got. What do you got?
Dudes. Trailers are up for Weapons. Have you guys seen the trailers?
Weapons.
I did see the trailer.
Now, this is the latest installment from Zach Krager, the director of Barbarian.
Ooh, good movie.
Yeah, it looks interesting. I don't know which trailer you saw, but the one I saw.
I just saw the teaser where the kids... There was a voiceover with, I believe it's Josh Brolin's character, because I think he's the father of one of the kids that goes missing.
They just all get up.
They just all get up
in
and
the
walk
middle
out of the house
and go running.
And they're running like they're playing airplanes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that
Yeah,
was.
like
All the
they're-
kids are running like this.
like they're coming in for a hug or something.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Okay.
That's the only thing I saw.
That's all I got, too.
All
But
right.
it piqued my curiosity. I'm interested. That's for sure.
Right on.
Also, trailers up for something I don't know if I'm interested in or not. It's a movie called Him, and it's got a September 19th debut. And from what I gather, this is a football-based horror film. Yes. It's,
Is this with was it the weighing guy?
yes.
Yeah.
It looks
Bananas.
something. I know, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. I think, from what I'm just purely speculating, blue chip college athlete, rookie year, gets some kind of a concussion, and then goes, maybe he gets like some kind of experimental surgery. It looked like he had to sell his soul to get his career back or something, right?
Yeah, and then it goes bananas after that.
Yeah, but it's all like football, like on the like demons on the gridiron and like zombie cheerleaders.
I'm actually excited for this one.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. This could be my new favorite thing ever, or it could really piss me off.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be one of those two.
I'm with you on that.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Looks like Vampire Hunter D will hit Shudder next month. You guys ever watch Vampire Hunter D?
It's a kind of anime thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, we did. Cake Wolf made us watch it for action horror. That one
Oh,
time.
okay. All right.
It's I don't understand anime, to be honest with you.
No.
I've tried on a couple of occasions. There's a couple of them you can beat off too.
Right.
So other than that, I just don't get it.
Those Japanese people are...
They like themselves some tentacles.
yes,
Dusty.
they do.
And they like to put them in places where
Any place they'll fit.
I don't think tentacles belong in there.
Right.
Just saying.
And they like big boobies.
That
Yes.
too, like
Oversized.
ridiculous.
Like,
ridiculous.
Those poor girls are going to have back problems here in a few years.
It's a good thing they're not going to age past like 14, because that seems to be the other thing that they're running
That's
into.
they're a little...
Which is kind of interesting because they're porn, they blur out everything.
I've been to Japan, and I've been to some of their adult-themed bookstores. Mm-hmm. There is some shit that they do not blur out that they probably should.
They should.
Holy bejesus.
All right.
Yes, sir. Okay. Something else my daughter's going to be very excited for, Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. Are you guys familiar with this?
The kids watched all three of
Fucking
them.
shit, yes. They love it. And it's so...
High school
90210
meets
drama, but there's zombies come back, and basically they're just really good-looking kids with green hair and like a little bit of like eye black, and they sing and dance.
Okay.
So I was forced to watch the first two, and then the third one involves a pack of werewolves, and now apparently they're bringing vampires into this equation.
Okay.
So good for you. It'll be on the Disney Plus channel. Disney
it's a
channel.
Disney.
It's it's for kids, dude.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of musical numbers and choreography and yeah.
Glee meets horror. Huh?
Not any gore.
Not horror.
No.
It's definitely
romance.
Oh, okay.
The Living Girl.
It's tween romance.
It's Twilight,
set,
but with choreography and
Glee.
Yeah, much closer to Glee, I would say, than anything horror related. But I know I'm going to have to watch
If
this.
Glee did a Halloween party.
Maybe if Glee took place in like a 6th grade classroom.
Oh, wow.
And they did a Halloween party. That's where I would go.
Okay.
All right.
I have not had to watch Glee, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm familiar with the concept.
I've heard of it. Okay.
Dusty. All right, man. Enough of that shit. How about some listener mail, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
Listener mail.
Yes, sir. We got a few things coming at us here. Looks like no emails this week, but we do have a voicemail or two. All right, let's start things off with our main man in Alabama. Alan is in the house.
What's going on, Alan?
What's going on, Alan?
All right, here comes our main man in Alabama. It's Alan.
Padded room. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Meat hook dinner parties.
What do you think?
Number 1, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Sure.
Number 2, House of a Thousand Corpses.
Okay.
And number 3, Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Mr. Darian, are you Pan's Labyrinth?
Yeah.
And let's see, what did I watch this weekend? The Watch with Ben Stiller and Jonah Hill and Neighborhood Watch, and they end up fighting aliens.
Yeah. With some sweet windbreakers on.
It was all right. And WrestleMania, that was disappointing, and
everybody's pissed off about WrestleMania.
I don't remember. Easter was a fucking long weekend.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.
Beautiful.
Have a good one,
for calling
Alan.
in, Alan.
Thanks,
Sorry
Alan.
your Easter sucked, bro. I remember very little about The Watch. I know it got damn near canceled because of the Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman thing, and it just got kind of kicked right out. It rebranded and came back like 2 years later, and by then everybody was still kind of weird with it, so... It was all right, as I recall. Turned out to be aliens in the suburbs or something like that. Mm-hmm. Silly stuff. All right, here comes Mr. Tom Hardy.
What's going on, Tom Hardy?
Hey, yo.
Hey, Padded Room. How's my favorite degenerates this week?
Good.
Hope everyone is doing well.
Yeah.
We got the whole
Let me
posse.
get in real quick on the educating department, man. It's good to be fucking back.
Yeah, buddy.
It's good to be back. Fuck, I can't remember it. It was Pan's Labyrinth.
You got it, buddy.
Pan's fucking Labyrinth. Yeah, okay.
Keep that streak alive.
All right. Fucking also on the meat hooks there, we got... I feel like you were saying like dinner invitation or dinner
parties,
or dinner movies or whatever. I gotta be honest, I couldn't come up with shit. So
Okay.
I just came up with like fucking horror around the supper table scene.
Okay.
And
That's
you
fair.
know what? Put me down to number 3. I think it was called Red Dragon, or it was Hannibal.
You're
It
probably
was
thinking
the fucking sequel to Silence of the Lambs that didn't have the Clarice character back.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the only thing I even remember about that flick was that at one point, towards the end of
Ray
it,
Liotta was eating his own brain.
Hannibal's got everybody tied up and fucking serving them, like one dude's eating his own brain or some shit like that. It's the only part I remember of that fucking flick.
Okay. That wasn't
put
bad.
me down for that.
All
Number
right.
2, it's got to be fucking Alien, right? Having the fucking
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I mean, come on, man. And then, number
more of a
1,
breakfast party.
always was, always will be, it's got to be the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All righty.
Okay.
So fucking legendary that they have to, like,
I wouldn't
figure
call
out
any
a
of
way
those
to
parties.
recreate it or reinvent
I'm gonna
it
give them
for
a
every
pass.
Texas Chainsaw flick. So yeah, put down for that shit.
Very
So,
cool.
what are you looking at? I got a couple of things.
What you got?
I got in fucking deep on the Italian horror just because,
Oh.
back there and fucking being Profondo
Italia.
Rosso. So got to catch some Dario Argento, his fucking Giallo Tenebrae.
That's a good one.
Fucking pretty decent
I
one.
like that one.
It's,
Yeah.
I think it might be one of his last, like, big
Real
Giallos.
Giallos, yeah.
Then I got to catch The Church, which, these are all fucking, I've seen them all before, but I don't know.
That's a lot.
This one here was supposed to be Demons 3.
Yeah, unofficial
And
sequel.
something came out. It's not a Dario Argento flick. I think he produced it or
Alberto
something,
Bava.
but a young Asia
Asia.
Argento is in it. Yeah, both of them not bad,
That's a very busy movie.
Yeah, The Church. I'm sure we've seen that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to catch this flick called The Color of Fear. This is a Dario Argento. And it's also got its original name, Giallo.
Oh, yeah, the yellow guy.
For those on...
It's a Giallo. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Giallo is Italian for yellow. And there's a whole... I won't bore you with the history of why these films are called Giallos, but this one was actually titled Giallo, and the killer actually has...
Yellow skin.
Yellow. It's kind of Donald Trump-ish, like with the spray tan.
The red man.
It's like a weird...
Orange man.
Kind of purplish almost, but I think the intention was that he was going to be like jaundiced or something. Gave him like a yellow tint. It didn't really work out that well.
Okay.
And this is a pretty fucking silly movie, too. All right, he called back. G. Pete.
G motherfucking P. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I thought I had more time.
Okay.
Anyway,
you got
for
all the
those
time
not,
you need.
Like, super versed in the Giallos, Giallo in Italian is the color yellow.
There you have it.
And they kind of got that name because there used to be these pulp mystery books, and they always had like yellow cover,
bindings.
and then like in a circle in the cover would have some picture from the fucking from the description of the book or whatever. But it was always a yellow cover, and then just on the cover it would have some
Usually
artwork. But it
a
was
buxom
always...
young lady.
Anyway, that's where it got the name Giallo from, and the killer in this is nicknamed Giallo. But this is the fucking weird part. It's not a fucking Giallo. Like, you see who's the killer, you see who the killer is, you know who the killer is throughout the whole fucking flick. And it's just weird to have a movie called Giallo not be Dario Argento, writing and directing and producing it, because that fucker knows what a Giallo is. So, I don't know. Just
Valid
fucking
point.
weird. But I did get a great bit of trivia from there. And that is, tell me a two-time Oscar-winning actor that's also starred in a fucking Dario Argento flick. Fucking Brody, yeah. Is it Adrian Brody?
Adrian Brody, yeah.
Yeah, he's in this fucking flick. I guess, even Oscar winners fall on hard times. Anyway, I'm babbling on long enough. That's all I got. Hope all is well. Love you like family. Bye now.
Love you too, Tom Hardy. Thanks for calling in, big dog. I think working with, I don't know, maybe he did fall on hard times, but I think at one point it was like a gold star in Hollywood, having
Feather
worked,
in your cap.
Yeah, having worked with Dario Argento, because that sumbitch doesn't speak a word of English. And unless you're fluent in Italian, you're going to have an interpreter, and then that's going to be a whole other fucking process for you. Yeah, buddy. That's good stuff right there. And that is all we have on the listener mail. You guys just want to skip the movie and go right to the
Yeah. Yes, please.
Oh, they want to beat me up, inmates. I can tell. I can tell right now. Let's go ahead and do it. We're going to get into a movie anyway, you bastards.
All right.
Okay.
If that's what you call it.
When we build our house in Mexico or North Carolina, like you wanted near your mom's, I was thinking that maybe you could plan the whole thing and you could build it, but I could be in charge of decorating it, and I'll keep it clean every day with bleach if you wanted me to.
I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
Really? I love you.
I told you I didn't want to come here. I said I don't want to come here. You told me that we had to come here. I told you I didn't want to come here. And you told me you were fucking Gavin. It's for her. You told me you were Gavin. It's for her. I hate you both so much. I hate you both so fucking much. I told you I didn't want to come here. I told you I didn't want to come here. I told you not to bring me here. I was thinking about it, and I don't think if I lived forever I could ever meet anybody else who'd do anything like this for me.
Yes, sir. It is Sun Don't Shine from 2012. This movie got 6.1 stars on IMDb.
The fuck you say?
The fuck I do say. Written and directed by Amy Seimetz. Who
How many ratings did it have?
3.
From the cast and
Two
crew.
of them were from me. Amy Seimetz wrote and directed this. You'll recognize her from A Horrible Way to Die. She was our alcoholic, murder victim, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. This movie
She should
is
stick
not
to
rated.
acting.
And taking her top off, too, because that was all right. This one stars Kate Lynn Shell, Kentucker Audley, and A.J. Bowen, of course. This movie is not rated. It's only an hour long. How bad could it be?
It was an hour and a half, sir.
It was an hour and like 12 minutes.
It felt like 5 hours.
Oh, my God.
Hour and a half of torture.
It was not torture, Dusty. Oh, boy. This movie, I was texting you guys as I was watching this last night. This movie is stinky, is what I would say first and foremost. I can smell this movie. Mm-hmm. And
I wish I didn't have to hear this movie.
a lot of ASMR stuff going on here.
Oh, good
I don't know
night.
why it kind of makes sense as we get into the show, but it's in Florida, and it's a very Florida story. Like, everything about this says Florida to me. We're going to start off with a young couple having a bit of a tussle in what appears to be a mud pit or something, some kind of marshland. They're fighting around, and her cell phone gets broken in this tussle. And that's fine. Eventually, they reconcile and get into a car. The car has seen better days. We're talking about probably a 1989 fucking
Shitbox.
Mm-hmm. I can tell you right now, there is not a drop of air conditioning in that fucking thing.
No.
And it's on its last leg, and off they go. And as they're going, we're going to meet these two. We've got Leo, the guy, young man, probably mid-20s, and then we have Crystal, same young lady, about the same age. Volatile relationship, gentlemen.
Oh,
That's putting it as plainly as gently as I can. She immediately starts accusing him of hitting her and trying to strangle her. He's apologizing for breaking her cell phone. And from there, we're just kind of get on this road trip with these two. Things are not...
There you go. Movie's over.
Exactly. I mean, that's a lot of the movie. And
That's all it is them fighting on the road.
There's more to this story as we go there, Dusty. But they're going to the Everglades. That's where they're coming, I believe, from Jacksonville, and they're headed to the Florida Everglades. They mention that they have to take a bunch of back roads. They don't want to take the most direct route because they're afraid somebody might be looking for them. Okay. What we get is a lot of road footage, a lot of sweaty Crystal and sweaty Leo, and them staring at each other.
Sweaty and whiny.
They're very whiny. And
Very whiny.
They do something with the audio in this. I feel like they recorded the audio like in a sound stage somewhere long before or after they finished filming. Because like there's no sound, and then you just hear Crystal going, I think we should build a house together in Mexico or maybe North Carolina. That shit irritates me.
At least when she was whispering, it wasn't shrill nails on the chalkboard whining.
We'll get a lot of that.
Yeah.
That comes into play too. They want to go to the Everglades in Florida, and they're on the run from somebody for some reason. We don't know why. And a lot of I love yous, a lot of I don't know what I would do without yous, a lot of
Klinger level 10.
This is what I like about this movie. This speaks to me to one of my deepest fears as a man. Getting attached to the wrong woman and being put into some fucking situation
Like this?
just like this, or even worse, having a kid with this young lady. Because now I can't leave. I can't get away. I can get away, but at some point I'm going to have to interact.
Yeah.
And who knows what. And I've dated strippers, fellas. It's fun for about a month, and then after that you realize, oh, this is not the life for me, boys. No way. Got to get away. I got to get away from you. Get away.
The crazy hot matrix goes way up with them.
Right through the fucking roof, and then when it falls, it goes...
Yep.
And it usually ends up with you either getting jumped in a parking lot or in handcuffs.
Or a case of gonorrhoepersiffilades.
That's what you want. Okay?
That's the pros.
You're hoping for the gonosyphilipidase. It can go south, but here we have Leo and Crystal, and they are now firmly entrenched. And for all intents and purposes, Leo, while not the sharpest knife in the drawer, seems like he's an all right guy that just kind of got in over his head with this one. Road trip goes on. They stop at a gas station. Fucking Crystal threw her shirt out the window, or maybe she was trying to dry it off and just let it go. It's gone now. So Leo gives her his shirt. Now he's got to go buy a new one. While he's in there shopping, she jumps out and hops on a payphone, because this is 2012. I guess they still had those in Florida. And makes a phone call. And this is where we find out that Crystal has a daughter named Marla. And Leo's like, I told you not to call anybody. Why are you calling? So at this point in the film, we're kind of thinking maybe he abducted her and maybe she's just playing along to get out of this situation, possibly.
Stockholm Syndrome.
It's possible. Maybe that opening sequence was her struggling to get away, perhaps. I don't know. But he's like, hey, I told you not to call anybody. You called her, didn't you? And she's like, I promised Marla I'd get her a present. And we find out that Crystal has a daughter named Marla. She's left her with her mom, and through some dialogue, we're going to realize that Crystal is married to a guy named Greg. Now, we could, at this point, logically assume that they are just absconding, Crystal and Leo, and they're just running away, and maybe Greg is a psychopath, or he's got mob connections, or something to that extent. You never know, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I definitely did not think mob connections.
White trash.
There we go.
Yeah.
Jacksonville trailer
That's
park
what I'm
mob.
thinking.
Yeah.
There's a possibility.
Alligator connections.
Lots of stained...
Swamp people mob.
Yes.
Exactly. Lots of stained wife beaters and mud boots.
You know what? I'll
Yeah.
take my chances with the Italians before I fuck with those guys. Hey. All right. Scary stuff. So off we go, and we finally get to a hotel where we bed down, and I want you to make love to me, Leo. Okay, well, not now, but before that, we get a very intense situation where there's a cop behind him, and they're like, oh, God, there's a cop, and, oh, just play it cool. Don't freak out. God damn it, Crystal, don't freak out. Just
Don't
try
look
to act normal. Don't act like yourself, no matter what you do. Luckily, the cop just kind of keeps going on his way, which, of course, they she's freaking right out. So she naturally starts sucking his dick in the car, which I believe is
appropriate.
It's appropriate. In
I
that
think it's
situation.
legal in Florida.
Yeah, it's actually,
The cop would drive by and seatbelts.
Yeah,
seatbelts.
They encourage it. Yeah, sharpens the focus, from what I understand.
That's right.
Which is why I would like to announce that I'm moving to Florida next week.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to drive there. So that's fine.
Cross the state line, honey. Go ahead.
Hold on, let me take it back to Georgia, and then we'll go back again.
If I see you hitchhiking,
Ooh, that's gross. So obviously, this is a very volatile and intense relationship. They finally stop at a hotel, and they bed down for the day or the night. I don't know. We get a very quick. I guess it was a nightmare sequence where they're laying in bed together, and it looked like Leo was beating off, and Crystal's like, "Do you want help with that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I just got to get this out." And then it looked to me like she reached over him, and there was a third person in bed with him.
It looked like a body.
Yeah.
because there's blood and stuff on the floor.
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea what was going on there.
Well, he says, "I got to get the blood out," but then it looked like they kind of started like dry humping him or doing the locomotion on him or something.
Yeah, it was weird.
What the hell?
It was very weird.
She snaps out, "Oh, God, what?" And then she's actually just kind of nodded off in the back seat as they continue to drive. Okay, interesting, I suppose. Now we're going to cut to them on a beach burning their clothes, and this is where we get the big reveal that they actually have a dead body in the trunk. Mm-hmm. Okay, now it's starting to make this make sense. Now we have to assume that they are taking this dead body to the Everglades to dispose of it, which I suppose would make sense, but there's a lot of real estate between Jacksonville and the Everglades, and a lot of open beach and
a lot of swamps.
We're going to get to see some of that here in a minute, but whatever. But the main thing is they want to burn their clothes, which is great. They have this other clothes that they bought at the gas station. They do that. Get back in the car, and now we need to start thinking about our alibis.
They dumped a bunch of bleach in the trunk. I'm like,
they
what
popped the
fuck?
trunk. They're all like holding their
like
nose.
2 gallons of bleach.
Yeah, that was a lot of bleach.
That's going to make it
That's
smell
going to smell
worse.
like bleach.
I mean, that's going to make it smell worse.
Yeah.
All right.
Dumb plan.
Yeah, stupid. These two are not.
With as hot as it is, you think it'd catch on fire, too.
Just fucking get rid of it.
Yeah.
Or take it on a fucking road trip with you.
Pull off the first dirt road you see.
Actually, where they opened the trunk, they could have just dropped it right out
Drop
there.
that fucking thing, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were smart, they would cut it up into pieces and then scatter the pieces.
They were not smart.
I know. These two are fucking jackholes. So now we got to come up with a plan. They can't be seen together, number one, but they do need to be seen to establish their alibi is what they would like to do. So at this point, we have to assume that one or both of them murdered the husband, and Greg's dead body is now in the trunk of the car. Mm-hmm. All right, excellent. The plan at this point is that they're going to go to, I think they're like in the Tampa area now. They're going to go and find Leo's ex-bang buddy, a young lady, older lady by the name of Terry.
Cougar. The cougar.
Terry, who's a waitress at the local bar, and Leo is going to hang out with Terry for the night so that way he is seen and she knows that he's there and she can later, if she has to, testify to his whereabouts. Now, this part particularly sucks because, unfortunately for Crystal, she basically gets to go sleep in a tent in a parking lot.
Yeah.
You old romantic, you.
It just, every turn, I was like, what the
What
fuck
are you
is going
fucking
on?
doing, man?
Yeah.
What are you doing? So they find Terry. She's at work at a restaurant. They get the keys to the house. From there, the master interrogation takes place about, what did you do with her? What, did you touch her? Did she like it when you touched her? Why, I don't like going to this lady's house. And he's going, look, I know. But this is part of the plan. We stick to the plan. We'll get away with this and everything will be cool. Well, I just don't want you hanging out with your ex-girlfriend. Just bear with me, sweet pea. We got a dead guy in the trunk. Do you want to go upstate for murder? I know I don't. So let's just do this and then we'll be done with it. And we can get back to you blowing me in the back seat or whatever. So they go get the keys to the house from Terry. They go back to Terry's house. Terry's still at work. They go in there. Mind you, Terry does not know about Crystal.
No.
They go in there, and of course, because Crystal's fruity patootie, she just starts trying on Terry's clothes, gets into one of Terry's little negligees, and tries to bang Leo. Now, I'm all for banging in strange places, but I think having a dead husband in the trunk is going to be a bit of a boner killer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of the dead guy first, and then I'll dick you down, I think, is the best policy. Let's prioritize here, okay? Unfortunately, Crystal's got a screw loose, and all she can think about is how Terry and Leo at one point did something or other, and okay, whatever. They've kind of put themselves together a little bit, and they decide to go to a bar. Great idea. Perfect idea. They're not supposed to be seen together.
Right.
I thought at first he told her to just go to a bar.
He
so
did.
You need to go to a bar, and then why did he go?
I think
it's all over the fucking place.
I think the original plan was he was going to drop her off at the bar
so she could be seen there.
So she could be seen
Yeah.
and get somebody to buy her some drinks and dance with some people.
And then he could go see the cougar.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. But instead, he just goes in there with her, and we get this goddamn romantic situation where, at this point, Crystal, like, once she's got a couple of beers in her, she actually starts kind of like acting coherent for a second or two. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, I'm really into you. And then they have like this romantic dance, and then they're kind of making out in the men's room, which was a little strange. And
the whole conversation was
she,
weird.
She was trying to tell him a story, and he just fucking walks away.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's like,
I would do.
I do not mind it at all. I mean, I would do this, but it's just like she's droning on and on, and he just walks away.
Yeah. I would do the exact same
thing. And she
just
clings right back onto him.
Oh, yeah.
And
he goes to the jukebox,
whole, like,
bang.
role-playing thing with him while he's
ignoring her.
God.
Yeah. It's pretty silly, but it's, I guess, in a weird way, romantic. But, dude, we have a dead guy in the back of the car. Mm-hmm. All right? We just dumped 2 gallons of bleach on it. It's literally sitting out in the parking lot as we speak. People are walking past it. Yeah. They're going to notice the goddamn smell. Mm-hmm. We don't have time for this shit, but whatever. Okay. Very romantic. They dance together for a second or two, and then they kind of make out in the men's room like the disgusting white trash they are. And then Leo is like, okay, let's go. We got to get out of here. I'm going to drive you back to your parking lot tent. And I'm going to go bang the cougar.
Yeah, right?
So that's...
You got me all riled up and horny?
No, I got to go put it down.
I got to go put it down. It's not going to be you.
Nope, sorry.
He did serve her one earlier, though, remember? He did,
Yeah, there at Terry's house. And it was almost as depressing as the sex scene in A Horrible Movie.
Yeah.
It was another 2 pump chump.
So, I think he just wanted to get it over with.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, God, just stop fucking bothering me. Here, take a dickin' and then give me fucking 2 seconds apiece. Good
Lord.
Just
think without you touching me for 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. So that's great. He takes her back to... Now, he made a critical error here. And he should have thought...
He forgot to tell her to stay. Stay.
Put the shock collar on her.
Stay.
Yeah. He showed her where Terry lives. So now she knows how to get back there.
Yeah.
He beds her down there in the parking lot tent. He's like, okay, 3 hours tops. I just got to go hang out with her for a little while, and then I'll be back. Now, he knows damn well what he's got to do, right? You got to go put it down on the cougar.
Mm-hmm.
That's shit. That way she'll
make it
remember.
Believable.
Oh, yeah. That way she'll remember that you were there, and clearly she wants it, so that's what's got to happen.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back to the cougar's house. Now, the part of the original gas station stop was that Crystal had to buy a birthday present for her daughter, Marla. She got her like this porcelain mermaid statue. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that started a whole conversation about how Crystal, when she was a little girl, went to this mermaid theater show where chicks swim in a tank and pretend to be mermaids, and her mom took her there, and ever since then, she's wanted to go back to see the mermaid show again, but it just never fucking happened. So now we're off on this tailspin.
White trash princess dreams.
Oh, true. I want to be a mermaid and swim in the ocean. You think they got cool cigarettes at the bottom of the ocean?
Right.
So what he fucking Leo gets back to Terry's place, and he's like, she comes home, and he acts like he was asleep in her bed, and she's like, who's sleeping in my bed? And he's like, I got you a present. So he runs out to the car and gets the little mermaid thing. Cut back to Crystal. She just gets up, pops out of the parking lot tent, and starts walking towards Terry's house. In the meantime, Terry is mercilessly throwing herself at Leo, trying to get his pants off, and he's all fucked up and jittery, and I'm trying to quit smoking. I don't know. Dude, you knew what you had to do when you walked in there to begin with. Mm-hmm. Terry, as far as MILFs go, not too bad. I mean, better looking than Crystal.
Fuck,
right?
yeah.
And she's got a house and stuff, so better than living in the...
I think she's got her shit together.
Yeah!
Yeah.
She's not living in a tent in a parking lot. She definitely doesn't have a dead guy in her trunk. That we know of. I'm not going to speculate on that. But eventually, they get finally, after chasing him from room to room for a couple minutes, they finally get to making out on the couch. And this is when Crystal reappears outside of her door, and starts banging on the windows. She's like, what the hell? There's somebody banging at the window. Crystal runs around to the front, runs through the front door, and just throws herself at Terry. Leo
shows her ass.
Yeah, for a second. For a hot second.
Could have done without that.
I don't know what it is that I find so unattractive about Crystal.
She fucking repulses me, bro.
I agree. I agree.
I think it's the voice, the clingy, the dopey dog looking facial expressions, and it's
somebody who is not put together, and I mean that on various levels.
Yeah,
the disheveled, the fucked up hair, the lack of makeup, that sweaty fucking, like, she's all blushed all the time. The just doe-eyed way she stares at Leo. Just nothing good here. But she throws herself at Terry. Leo pulls him apart. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here. I'm so sorry. As she's brandishing this knife and goes on a complete psycho rant, but you can't tell what she's saying because she's just kind of squeaking.
That was the word. That was it was like a chihuahua.
Yeah,
like squealing.
Squeaky toys. What are you? What? Who? What? I don't want to come here. I don't want to come here. Come here, baby. Come here. I don't want to come here. Whoa. Okay, Jesus Christ. So finally, Leo gets him apart, and he's like, God damn, man, this is getting out of control. He runs back in, feverishly apologizes to Terry. She tells him to go fuck himself. He goes out. Now he's all pissed off, so he takes the mermaid and smashes
please
it.
Don't call the cops.
Yeah, please don't call the cops. She's like, just get the fuck out of here. They hop in the car and take off. Leo's like, you know what, dude? I will handle this, but I cannot do it with your nutbag ass just 13 millimeters away from me at all times. So guess what? Here's your fucking mermaid show. He pulls off to this weird aquatic park viewing SeaWorld type of thing and basically drops her off in the parking lot. Looking...
Still dressing like a lot lizard.
I was going to say, she looked like she's just got raped by a fucking truck driver. Mm-hmm. She just kind of stands there blankly staring at the building while Leo hauls ass. Leo's got the right idea. He goes and finds himself... He basically just goes straight to the nearest swamp, starts looking around and finds himself a canoe rental place. So he's like, okay, all right, let's do this. He gets out and he checks the canoes. I think the first thought was, well, I'll just steal one of these. But as he's there fucking around, the guy that works there shows up.
Went to the trunk to get some pruning shears.
Yeah.
He was going to cut the wire that's holding the
that was the plan. Yeah. But then the guy that works there shows up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and that guy looked like he could easily kick Leo's ass.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the guy that worked there kind of had an idea of what was happening. Like maybe
he said he saw the trunk.
The
he
body.
I saw what I saw, and
yeah,
you need to leave.
Yeah, he's like, just go. Just go.
Yeah.
And Leo's like, look, I just want to rent a canoe. And he's like, you need to leave right now. He's like, no, come on, just let me rent a canoe from you. How much? He's like, no, you need to get the fuck out of here. We're not even open for business yet. He's like, when do you open? Just get out of here, bro. You're not taking one of my canoes to dump your whatever that is. So Leo takes off, and he's all pissed off again. Oh, fuck. He goes back to the aquatic viewing thing, where Crystal is having just a magical time watching the...
Should have just left her there.
Yeah, dude.
God, yes.
Leave the car there, too, and just start walking. Right. You're better off that way. You never heard of her. You never met her.
Well, his prints are all over the car.
That's the problem, buddy. Yeah. That's the fucking... It's probably all over the dead guy, too. And you know, as soon as she gets pinched, she's going to name him. So that's what I'm talking about.
But can we share a cell together? Because I love him so much.
I just need to touch you at all times.
I'll give you a cell job.
Stick it to the bars.
That's what I'm saying, man. Right. He can't get out of this now.
No.
And that's one of the things. Now, even for my son, I'm terrified of this happening, you know? He's going to find himself a Misty Dawn or a paprika or a...
cinnamon.
Cinnamon, whatever they're calling themselves these days. Bambi. And he's just going to ping, and then he's going to be like, oh, I'm in love. Who's that guy? I'm going to kill him. Deacon, calm your ass down. Jesus. Anyway, he's in now, and he can't get out. Leo can't. So he's trying to do the best he can to weasel his way out of this. Goes, picks up Crystal, interrupts her magical viewing experience of the mermaids, and takes her back. They go back to the exact same spot where the dude already saw him with the dead body. Now, what we didn't know this whole time is that Leo has a gun in the glove box, because that's what this idiot needs. I think what his plan was just if the guy showed up again, he was going to pull the gun and steal the boat. I don't know what happens. They just snip the wire locks and put the body in a canoe, get in the boat, and start paddling downstream. I don't remember exactly what it was that set Crystal off, but out of nowhere, she just takes one of the oars and smashes Leo in the head. And then she gets out and pushes the canoe off and starts walking back to the car. I don't know if anything set her off, or if
he was yelling at her because he said, "You did this. This was your fault. You did all this. You did all this."
That's right. Yeah.
Just kind of berating her, and she finally had enough. She didn't love him enough to not smash him in the head with a fucking oar.
Last thing you want to do is do that to her because she just killed her husband.
Right.
So it's like, oh, yeah, here.
So she has a switch.
Yes, clearly.
Clearly.
But one thought that I had was this her plan all along? Because now Leo just fucking dumped the body, and it's floating down the stream.
Both bodies.
Yeah, well... There's two bodies?
Yeah, the guy that he shot at the canoe place.
Oh,
they put them both in there.
Yeah.
And then the original dead body.
Yeah. Now, and all these murders are going to get pinned to him. She could conceivably just walk away and tell the cops a sad story about what a psycho he was, and he wouldn't.
And it finally got away, hit him in the head with an oar.
Yeah.
But
now
she's not that bright.
Or she was playing this nutsack all along, pulling his strings. Which brings us to the end of the movie, and this is another thought I had. So, at the end of the movie, she walks back to the car. By now, the cops are there, and they're searching the car and all that stuff. So, she's like, oh, fuck. So, she just walks back off into the swamp. Eventually, she comes to a house that has an indoor swimming pool. She just opens the slider, lets herself in, takes a dip in the pool, pops up on the other side, and we hear a voice say, do you want me to call the cops? And her reply is, no, not yet.
Yeah.
Does she know the person?
I was very confused by that. Yeah,
it's a thought.
It is a thought. Yeah.
Maybe she orchestrated this whole thing, and we're the fucking idiots for thinking she's such a psycho.
I think it was just the neighbors, basically, or the guy who owns the house, whoever.
The chick.
I think it was a woman's voice. Yeah. Do you want me to call the cops? Like, get the fuck out of my pool,
or I'm going to call
the cops.
And the other thing too is when she hit him with the oar, she all of a sudden looked shocked, like, "Oh shit, what did I just do?"
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Like she snapped and went wham, and it was like, oh, whoops.
Maybe I'm giving Amy Seimetz too much credit. Maybe I'm looking for reasons to like this movie.
Look hard.
Oh.
So one thing we glazed over, or actually didn't talk about, was AJ Bowen. We skipped that whole.
Oh yeah. Completely forgot that.
It is AJ Bowen.
AJ Bowen.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So I actually thought this was going to be like, finally it's going to change, because I was like, man, this whole boring thing all the way up to the freeway. Then when he pulls over, I'm like, he's going to be the bad guy. And I was getting all excited.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah. I was getting all excited for this. I was like, oh, this is great, because I mean, he played kind of like a creepy kind of guy in a way too.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess he was a little creepy. So basically what happens is their car overheats because it's a piece of shit. This is like first, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes of the movie before we really have any answers about what the hell's really going on here. Their car breaks down because the radiator's on the fritz and they need to pull over and let it cool off. A.J. Bowen rolls up with his dad bod and he's like, hey, you know, I just, I broke down the other day and somebody stopped to help me, so I thought I'd stop and help you. And Leo is already shaking and losing his mind. He's like, no, we just need to let it cool down. Thank you very much for the help. And he's like, okay, well, I'll just sit here and wait with you. And Leo's like, no, you can go ahead and go. Just get the hell out of here. We got this. And A.J. Bowen is like, well, you know,
yeah.
He just kept insisting.
I went to...
He was a very pushy Good Samaritan.
Yeah, I saw the cyclotron once. Is in Georgia. You ever been there? Let me tell you about that. And they're like, oh, you know, we're going to get back in the car now. And he's like, all right. Well, I kind of got the idea. One of the things that kind of led me in one of those directions was that A.J. Bowen is looking at Crystal like...
Are you a victim?
Are you okay? Can you give me a wink or something if you are in trouble? And she's just being Crystal with that doe-eyed kind of a...
Well, especially when the boyfriend's like, me and my girlfriend got to have a talk. Get in the car.
Yeah.
And then he's like looking at her.
Yeah.
You know, A.J. Bowen's looking at her as he's walking by. But yeah, I thought for sure he was going to be like the bad guy in this. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome.
It needed a little more A.J. Bowen.
Yeah.
Because...
It needed a little more of something.
Something?
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything to make it more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like this movie. I'm
Oh,
going to tell you right now. I like it. It speaks to one of my deepest fears as a young man.
I don't think I think it was the girl just like got me out of it all the way.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I couldn't hear the voice, and I know she was probably instructed to act that
she
way.
gets an Oscar for the way she
I'm
acted.
telling you, it was just so like annoying. Like
it was perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah,
you know, but I just couldn't stand it.
Yeah,
it was giving me the fucking PTSD flashbacks and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the same from some of the ex-strippers that were, maybe they are still strippers, I don't know.
Yeah,
but some of the strippers I
uncomfortable.
messed around with, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just like, I can't take you out to dinner. Yeah, I can't take you out to dinner in a movie because you're going to freak out about the way the waitress looked at me.
Yeah.
Or your phone's going to ring halfway through and we're going to have to go save your friend from something. It's just, I can't do it, dude.
Her lips got stuck on a pole.
Yeah, some horse shit. You know what I mean?
Which ones?
That's what I'm talking about.
Which pole?
Yeah.
All right, Buddy and Dusty clearly did not care for this film. I say it's worth a watch. It's
gosh, really?
It's worth a watch, dude.
Oh wow!
The vibe of this movie is so funky.
I'd like to see if anybody agrees with you.
These two are
Yes, inmates.
Probably not.
Let us know.
No, I'm the only one.
I would feel bad for anyone watching this and going through this torture that we went through.
Right?
It wasn't that bad.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
Oh my god! I like movies that make me uncomfortable. This one
It
made
didn't
me
make me uncomfortable. It made me angry and annoyed.
at times, yeah. That it affected you.
It did affect me.
There's
I'll
that.
give you that.
Yeah, I got that right.
All right, dudes. Let's take us a break. We'll come back with something else.
All right.
Yeah.
Lightning crash under the grass. Her placenta falls to the floor. The angel opens her eyes. The confusion sets in before the doctor can even close the door. Lightning crashes and the mother dies. Her
Hey inmates, if you like what you hear, head over to the Padded Room Facebook group and support us through the Patreon link with a small monthly donation. Check out the T-Villain link at paddedroom.podbean.com and grab some t-shirts. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we're back, baby. Ooh! Well, I think it's time for 3 on a meat hook, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Three on a meat hook.
This week's meat hook. Top 3 Florida movies. Florida horror movies. Now, that's a broad spectrum. They can take place in Florida. They can be made in Florida. The director could come from Florida.
Oh, boy. It was a lot wider range than I anticipated. But I picked some good.
They could reference Florida.
Okay.
I can tell you right now what both your number 1s are.
I doubt it.
Sun Don't Shine. Sun Don't Shine, number 1. No.
Maybe number 1 shit list.
Oh,
if we were doing the Razzies, maybe number 1.
All right, then, buddy, give me number 3 when you're ready.
Number 3, Jeepers Creepers.
Me
okay,
too.
That's my number 1.
That's your number 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you even had my number 1. I know you really like, so I don't know if it's even on your list.
Okay.
I was thinking about The Shining, but I didn't know you were going because there was a piece that was actually shot there. In
Florida. Yeah, you're right.
But I was like, well, I don't know if you would consider that it. So I was like, wow. But otherwise, that would have been in my top 3. So I took that one completely off.
Okay. Well, that's not in my top 3. I mean, it's got a
hotel
room.
I did all mine are all definitely Florida.
Oh, yeah, so are mine.
Yeah. So Jeepers Creepers, number 3.
Okay.
Me too.
Jeepers Creepers for you?
Yep, number 3.
My number 3, a little film that was remade in the year 2000, but the original was made in 1971, entitled 2000 Maniacs. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, yeah.
Herschel Gordon Lewis.
I didn't see the remake.
The remake had Robert Englund in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, I did see that.
It's fine. I mean, they're both very silly, but Herschel Gordon Lewis is... Are you guys familiar with Herschel Gordon Lewis? The Godfather of Gore? He was known for really ramping up the gore, really doing some horrible things to women. But the fun part about it is his blood was always like this bright red neon almost. So when the blood started flowing, and he'd always have these very colorful backdrops, so it made the blood pop.
Okay.
And it usually involved some buxom young starlet getting her shirt ripped off.
60s and 70s.
Of course.
Yeah.
But the premise of the movie is that these tourists get lost in this town, this very small town in Florida, literally populated by 2,000 maniacs during their centennial celebration. So these tourists get murdered in very gruesome ways.
Okay.
Like they take one guy and they stick him in a barrel and they hammer a bunch of nails into the barrel, and then they roll him down a hill in the barrel.
Oh.
So he gets jacked up.
Yeah.
And then they do like a dunk tank, but there's a giant rock, and when you hit the target, the rock
falls on the head.
smashes a young lady.
Oh,
it's pretty gnarly. But that's my number 3.
Like my kind of festival.
It's. I think it was supposed to be the original was supposed to be a comedy because these guys are like some serious Florida rubes.
Florida man.
Yeah, you could say that. How about number 2 then?
The Haunting, 1999.
Okay, I didn't know that took place in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I didn't much care for that one. The 1999 version, not my cup of tea.
Okay.
And you like this piece of shit we watched this week?
I explained why I liked it, right? No, just too much. I mean, the house was ridiculous, dude. And that you're talking about the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Liam Neeson. Mm-hmm. That house was like walking into like a fucking... It's like the size of a shopping mall. It had to be. Mm-hmm. With all these giant things swinging down.
Wasn't that the point, though? Was it supposed to be a very wealthy...
Dude, you're right, but like the wooden effigies, they all start moving and staring at you and stuff. All right, take it easy. You know what I mean?
I liked it.
We're getting into poltergeist.
I didn't
land.
mind it. I didn't. I watch it 20 fucking times before I watch the stupid Sunshine again.
Good, because we're watching it again next week.
Yeah, feature film coming at you again.
I didn't know that took place in Florida, though. I always thought it was, I don't know, somewhere else.
I don't even remember, like, the whole thing's in the house. I don't remember where the house is located.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. All right, that's fine. How about number 2, Dusty?
Crawl.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I don't think you can find a better killer alligator movie.
No, I really
have
like
not
this
seen
one.
this one
Yeah.
yet.
Oh, it's good, buddy. You got to watch it. It's good.
You never seen Crawl?
It's hurricane, so everything's flooded, and the fucking alligator, because it's Florida, gets in the house with these people and trying to. It's basically floors lava, but it's fucking trying to get away from the. Yeah,
and like the chick is some kind of an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah.
So they lay it on a little thick with her alpha female.
Yeah, but it was I thought it was a good creature flick.
All right.
You know,
that's reason number 212 why I want to kill an alligator.
Yes.
And if we ever make it to New Orleans, I'll pay the $1,800, dude. I'm putting down an alligator. That's all there is to it. I'm going to try and bring back a tooth or something. Dusty, number 2, please.
Crawl.
You just said that. Yes, you did.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Oh, it's really good. It's about an alligator and a hurricane.
Giant alligator, buddy. And it put it in somebody's house. My number 2, then, Day of the Dead.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I was kicking that one around, too.
Actually shot in the Pittsburgh area. And really, the only reference to Florida that's
palm trees.
Well, there is palm trees. And there's a map of Florida, one scene in the back of the Army barracks.
Oh.
So,
well, the testing facility, whatever it was in Florida, but the other thing was, part of it was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they weren't going back and forth to Florida to Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah,
like the caves where they shot all the underground stuff, that was in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
I think they actually probably did shoot at least part of it in Florida, like at the opening scene when they touched down with the helicopter.
They did.
They had to have.
Yeah.
And that's where the whole story is supposed to take place, too, is Florida. You guys ever see any of those remakes? They are garbage.
I've heard you talk so much shit about them, I never even tried to dive
in.
in.
The Nick Cannon one is the worst. They really wiped their ass with Day of the Dead in that one.
Wow.
The other one with the Joker zombie, at least I felt like they put some effort into it, but the Nick Cannon one was fucking dumb. All right.
He probably got 27 women pregnant on the set of that movie.
Oh, yeah. There's 14 Cannon zombie babies running around now.
He's shooting them like cannons.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh, yo.
Hey. All right. How about number 1 then, buddy?
Cape Fear.
Okay.
91.
I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, that's more of a crime thriller. So you're wrong.
Hey, we've established a couple episodes back. In the 90s, we rebranded horror as thrillers.
It's true. We did. Yeah, because we could not have... So that one had Robert De Niro in it. That had like some serious star power. Juliette Lewis. And you couldn't have... that. Like if that was an Oscar contention, not a horror movie. Thriller.
Yep. That's what they did with Silence of the Lambs.
Yep. God damn it. All right, Dusty, number 1.
The Devil's Advocate.
That's a good one. I would call that a New York horror.
It starts out in
Florida,
and you had a very broad spectrum.
No, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But
and he has that Florida Southern drawl. Like he's a Florida guy in New York. So,
do you take Charlize Theron with the long curly hair or the short mom hair?
Any way she'll have me.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. I didn't like the hair bunt thing she had going on at the halfway point until Al Pacino explained it. Then I was like, he's right. That's kind of hot. He gives her that whole speech about the bridge between the mind and the body being the neck, and you need to show your neck.
He played
more.
a good fucking devil.
I wanted to have sex with him. He was a maniac. I'm doubting my own sexuality because of this guy. He's like 3. He could be my father, for Christ's sakes. That's a good one. I already told you my number 1, Jeepers Creepers. A lot of, nasty business around Jeepers Creepers with Victor Salva and all that. But I think if you can separate the art from the artist, but at the same time, if you watch it knowing what you know about Victor Salva,
it's hard to not notice.
It's hard to not get that slow pan of Justin Long's belly button.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What is that? That's gross. I didn't notice it until I knew he was a chomo.
Right.
But now that I know...
and zooms in on it. It's like,
I don't need to do that. But the creeper is awesome.
Yeah.
There is some legit scary shit in there, like him doing the thing, the crucifix with the scarecrow thing.
Oh yeah.
He can fucking fly. He's got a battle axe. The whole thing about how he needs lungs, so he rips out somebody's lungs and eats them.
It's a cool.
It is.
It sucks that 2 wasn't bad. But then it just kind of went downhill. But it's
right downhill.
It's a very cool, like, original character with a cool backstory kind of thing. And I wish the subsequent movies would have been better. The second one's not terrible, but the rest of them were fucking
Third is
poo.
garbage,
Yeah.
and then that rebranding thing they did a couple years ago was really bad.
Yeah.
That whole premise was based on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries.
Was it really?
Yeah. There was a Florida couple that was driving down a lonesome highway, and somebody got right up on their ass in a big truck and then started honking and beeping at them, and finally went around him and took off. And then they saw the same truck
Dumping a body in a culvert?
Holding up, trying to getting rid of, a bunch of bloody sheets. And then they went and called the cops, and I don't remember anything past that, but
damn.
Still, kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Huh? Right on. That is our meat hook for the weekend, mates. It's top 3 Florida horror movies. By all means, get as creative with that definition as you want. Don't everybody put Sun Don't Shine at the number 1 spot, though. I'd like a little variety. Mental health hotline is area code 775-387-0275, or just hit us up at mail@paddedroompodcast.com, and we'll make fun of you next week. Either way, it's time for a little What Are You Looking At?
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Yes, sir. Just hit Shudder, I believe, earlier this week, a movie called Dead Male from 2024. You guys get a chance to check this out?
Not yet.
I always wondered what happens to mail. Well, not so much these days because nobody uses snail mail anymore. But like back in the 80s, you put 1 digit wrong on somebody's address. How do they figure out that it's supposed to go to the right address?
I think a lot of times it doesn't go to the right address.
According to this movie, each post office has their own mail detective.
Okay.
And he makes phone calls and looks at maps and does a bunch of...
I don't think anybody at the U.S. Postal Service is working that hard.
I like to think there's somebody somewhere burning calories.
What do you do? I'm a postal detective.
Yeah, I'm the dead mail guy. This takes place obviously in like 1983 or something like that. But this guy he's the dead mail detective, and he gets a letter with a bunch of like bloody fingerprints on it, and it says, "Help me, I'm at this address." But then he looks at the address, and there is no address. And then he has to track it down, and because it's such an 80s movie, we find out that it has to do with a guy trying to design a better synthesizer.
Okay.
Like a literal sound synthesizer, and another guy that was obsessive about it. I don't want to ruin it for you. It's interesting. I will say that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at it, but it is interesting. I watched that, and then I watched a movie called Strange Darling from 2023. You guys seen this?
Oh, yeah.
This one I really wish I had put on my serial killer meat hook, because this is a bad motherfucker, man. You seen it, buddy?
Nope.
Oh, you got to see this one.
It's a serial killer movie, but it's all centered around a one-night stand between a guy that hooks up with a chick at a bar, and they go back to a seedy hotel to bang.
Okay.
And you're thinking, it starts off with the preamble about, this prolific serial killer was loose in the mid-'80s, and they were captured at a later point. And then as the movie goes on, you see the guy, like, kicking the shit out of the girl, and you're thinking, oh, he's the serial killer. But because it's a disjointed Tarantino-esque story, you realize that, like, before they actually started fucking around, she asked him to do all that shit to her because she likes it rough. And then
it's fucking bananas.
It is bananas. And then when we finally realize who the killer is and who it isn't, then we get, like, this cat and mouse thing, and, like, everybody dies. Every unfortunate soul that happens into this circumstance gets shot in the head or poisoned or... It just does. It's a great show. You've seen it, but Dusty?
Oh yeah,
that's a good show. Right?
Jason was high praise on it, and I watched it I think when it came out first thing we paid for it on the VOD, whatever, Prime or whatever. Yeah, we really liked it. Yeah.
It's on Paramount Plus now.
Okay.
If you want to check it out.
It's free. Okay.
It is.
I'll watch it again.
Yeah, it's really good.
Wow.
Highly recommend that one.
Okay.
And it's got my horror crush, Kyle Gallner, in it. So, and he has been working out. I'll tell you right now, he looks good. That's all I'm looking at. Dusty, what do you got?
We watched Companion. Have you guys seen?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
Just dropped on Max.
Okay.
It's hard to tell about it without kind of ruining a little bit of it. It's basically a guy who's played by Dennis Dennis Quaid's son, Jack Quaid. Yeah. He plays Huey in The Boys. He plays a kind of a nerdy character a lot of times. Anyway, he buys himself a fuckbot. Right?
Is this a spinoff of Megan?
No, it's a complete separate thing.
Okay.
So he buys himself a fuckbot, and she doesn't know she's a fuckbot.
Oh, shit.
And he gets together at a cabin in the woods with some friends, and then problems ensue.
Okay.
The malfunctioning fuckbots and possibly reprogrammed fuckbots to do other things that they normally wouldn't do, and it's actually definitely worth a watch.
You want to kick in the extra $200 for the warranty on the fuckbot?
Yes.
You're going to want that.
Oh, God. It's pretty fucking funny, too.
Okay.
There's a lot of good lines. It's got Guillermo.
Guillermo?
Yeah. Guillermo?
Nice.
Yep. He's in that, and then...
He's not the fuckbot, is he?
No.
I don't want to see that. I don't know if I want to see that.
But there's... I don't want to say it.
Okay.
You got to watch it.
It's
fucking funny. It's really good.
Right.
And it's good. It's got a lot of good gore and everything like
that.
It's good. It's a good one. So we watched that, and we watched, took the girls to the theater and watched Drop. It's got, I don't know if this guy, I don't know what else he's been in besides the Yellowstone spinoff, the 1923. But anyway, so this woman goes on a first date with a guy she met off of an app, okay? And they're going to, I believe it's in Seattle or Chicago. I don't know, it's a city. They're going to a restaurant at the top of the hotel, okay, so you can see out over the whole city.
Yeah, okay. I know
and they're sitting there and they had been conversing through the app for, I don't know, a month or so. She has come from an abusive relationship, a very abusive relationship. She's a widow and has a 5-year-old son, and she's just getting out there again, just feeling comfortable enough to get out there. And so she finds this guy, and he's a photographer by trade, and she decides, okay, well, what the hell? We'll give it a shot. And so they go on this date, and then she keeps getting these airdrops. They call them, they can't say airdrop, but it's some kind of an app, right?
Yeah.
And she keeps getting these airdrops on her phone, like funny memes, and then I'm watching you, and then you need to watch this. And basically, it's telling her that she needs to kill her date.
Wow. Okay.
So, and first of all, I don't want to tell anything more than that, but basically, if you don't kill your date, then I've got my guy in your house, check your cameras on your phone, and he's all balaclavaed up with a gun, and he's going to kill your son and your sister, who's babysitting the son, unless you kill your date.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's pretty nuts.
The trailer looked really good.
Yeah,
it's pretty intense.
Jason was saying there was some kind of
and I forgot to call him before we went to go see it because there's an interactive thing to do with it. Whereas if you do this app or something on your phone, at some part during the movie, it would interact. And I forgot to ask him about it before we went in and see. And they didn't. He said it was on the counter, but. You know, the guys that work at a movie theater don't tell you about it when, you go in there.
Of course
not. They're fucking 16-year-old rubes.
But you're allowed to do it while you're in the theater.
This is what Jason said. I didn't see that part of it. But,
oh, man.
I didn't know about that.
But we really liked it. It was good. It was intense. I don't know if I'd call it horror. It's more of a...
Thriller?
Yeah. Action movie. Die Hard-ish, kind of thing.
Right on.
So, but yeah, it was good.
Okay, very cool.
And then watched the whole season of the most recent Black Mirror season. Okay. There's some good ones. There's some bad ones. But
that's to be expected.
Overall, the first episode, like Buddy talked about last week, was really good. Really liked that one. And I think I
wouldn't say it's as controversial as they made. I still think season 1, episode 1, fucking the pig was.
Yeah. That's about as gnarly as it's going to get.
Yeah. So it wasn't that. I mean, but it was
Realistic.
good. Realistic. Yeah.
Right on.
And first episode of The Last of Us, new season that just came out.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's raving about it already.
yeah, I haven't seen the second episode. I think we're going to try to watch that tomorrow.
I
But
haven't seen any of it.
Me neither.
it's good. You guys should
Everybody
watch it.
loves it. I got to get on it one of these
me
days.
too.
I started
That's
the
it.
game once, but it bored the piss out of me. All right, buddy.
Checked out the last season of Black Mirror, just episode 2 and 3.
Cool.
So not fully all the way through it, but I'm almost half.
Right on.
And then I restarted Black Mirror season 1 and watched all 3 episodes of those.
Oh, it's kicking it back to the beginning, huh?
Yeah, my daughter decided to join me for that, and so I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you haven't seen this? No, let's check it out. Let's
Alrighty.
get you going on it."
Very cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Right on, dudes. How about some immersion therapy then, yeah?
Immersion therapy.
Yes, sir. Brain Scan from
Yeah.
1994.
Classic.
This one's silly, man.
It's good though.
Yeah, it is.
There was like a 2-year period where computers were kind of scary because we didn't know. Like the kids knew what they could do, but we couldn't. We just had to kind of go with it.
You know his whole setup now.
Yeah.
You know, you're watching this thing, what, 94? So we were fucking 13, 14, 15 years old. Now the whole setup is doable.
Yeah.
It's like-
Oh, totally.
Yeah, you could totally do it. Yeah.
You got more power in your phone than what he had.
Yeah.
But yeah, his deal was like all the shit and the CD-ROM and the
Igor.
floppy disk
Yeah.
and all that fun stuff.
I wish you could rename Alexa Igor. That'd be sick.
That'd be
That'd be
awesome,
awesome.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to get her to talk like that too, though.
Yes, master.
Which was fitting for his limp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Got to tease the hair though and get a nose ring. Edward Furlong, man. I think this was his second or third movie,
Probably, I think it was second.
probably after T2.
After T2.
I think
Yeah.
T2, this one. Then he did Pet Cemetery 2.
and then he moved on to
I think Detroit Rock City. Oh, American History X.
Was he in? Yeah, he was in Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
And then after that, he just
Then he just got into the Hollywood binge drinking and plumped up quite
now he
large.
weighs 400 pounds.
Yeah. I saw a picture of him. Oh my god, it was sad.
Terrible.
They had a picture of him and like Jabba the Hutt standing. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And it's
my.
like a
That bad, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
it's-
it's gnarly.
Jeez.
I mean,
because he's
what?
got those kind of really
like,
buggy eyes.
yeah,
you know?
he's got like the bags under his eyes,
Yeah,
which he
bags
always
under,
had,
yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But now he's just. I think I saw him in the Night of the Demons remake.
Yeah.
and that was like just when he was starting to plump up, and you're like, ugh. You're letting yourself go a little bit there, Eddie. And then before you know it, he shows up in like The Crow, Wicked Prayer, and he just fucking. Come on, man.
Damn.
Seriously? You know what you look like. Surely you have a scale at your house.
You got to be able to afford like a instructor of some sort.
Either
to,
get
That's
a-
what I'm saying. Anybody in Hollywood, I don't think there's an excuse really.
Not
Right?
really.
You don't have
You
a
can get a
job.
cook.
You can get a cook.
Yeah.
You have a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Like that's just do what they tell you, and you're going to be fine.
yeah.
Well, if you're throwing all your money into booze and blow,
That's the thing.
then
Yeah.
you're not
Booze,
too interested.
drugs, yeah.
All right, well, it's still a fun movie.
Yeah, it
And,
is.
Yeah, it's
I
nostalgic.
enjoyed it.
Did you guys ever see Hackers with Angelina Jolie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
Kind of remind me of that a little bit.
Same era, same vein.
It was like a weird minute there where like having a cool computer could get you laid, which I don't think it ever could.
no.
Not anywhere that I was from, that's for sure.
No.
I didn't. Not that I had a cool computer, but
Didn't Hackers have that guy from Scream too?
yeah, Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in it, and Johnny Miller, and I think that was about it, really.
I was trying to think in Eddie Furlong, he was spying on that chick. Mm-hmm. Has she been in anything since?
She looked familiar. Was she,
She
the?
looked familiar, but I couldn't.
Was she
could
the
not place
sister
her.
on fucking Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
You might have been. That's
I
about
thought-
the same era. Let's see here.
Boy, he was a
Scam.
fucking professional tit lurker, wasn't he?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
he sure was. Well, she
had his
didn't mind
tit
either.
lurking
Oh no, she did not mind.
She wanted to get lurked on, is what she
But I feel
wanted.
like she wasn't 18 in this. So I was like,
Oh, I think she had. I don't know if it
well,
was her.
she had to have been, but like those boobs were like those are young boobs.
Amy Hargraves. And she was in Blue Ruin. I don't remember that. I don't remember her in 13 Reasons Why. Going back, she was in... Wow, Super Dark Times. Okay.
So she's been in a few then.
As I said, she looked familiar, but I couldn't put a finger on it. But I thought she looked a lot like the sister in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
No, this was her first acting role. Was in Brain Scan.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
There you have it, man. All right, buddy, what do you got for us this week, bud?
All right, this week, let's check out 1984's Runaway. This is set in the near future. A police officer specializes in malfunctioning robots. When a robot turns out to have been programmed to kill, he begins to uncover a homicidal plot to create killer robots, and his son becomes a target. And you'll find this gem on Tubi.
Gene Simmons at his finest.
That's right.
Check that shit out, inmates. We'll do the same, and we can compare notes next week.
And the handsome Tom Selleck.
Oh, yeah, of course.
With all his mustached glory.
Stachioed. Now it's time for Who is Daddy?
Who is Daddy?
First, my clues from last week. Well, I am involved in the Spanish Civil War, and my whore of a mom just hooked up with one of the opposing generals. Good for me. I guess I'm in a safe place now. Bad for me. He's an abusive prick. Well, at least I found my way to the bottom of a well where there's a bunch of fun creatures that are going to help me escape the horror of this military encampment and the prick that my mom is banging on the side. I am, of course, Pan's Labyrinth.
I love this movie.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen it probably over a dozen times. Anytime I'm in a weird movie mode, that's when I pop on.
It's definitely Del Toro.
Fairy
you look
tale.
at that and you could...
Oh, yeah.
It's him.
His style.
That's him
100%.
all the way, yeah.
One of my favorite creatures in that is
the guy with the hands. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the monsters are pretty good. Mm-hmm. Even Pan himself, I thought was awesome. Mm-hmm. It's a fairy tale.
Yeah,
I always thought
a horror fairy tale,
a dark fairy tale.
Dark,
yeah. I mean the hand guy is pretty creepy, and of course she has to go down there and eat. What did she have, a grape or something? After everybody tells her not to eat, anything that fucks her all up. But that's a good show. So who might I be this week, you ask? Well, I am a 12-year-old kid, I think, 9 to 12 region. My mom just inherited this big, creepy house. And at first, I'm thinking, fuck me, the place is haunted. But as the longer I stay here, the more I come to realize it's not haunted. There's these little fucking guys running around all over the place. They look kind of creepy at first, but once you get to know them, they're okay. And they actually kind of help me deal with some early childhood trauma, especially with my dad just dying and stuff. Who might I be, you ask? Tune in next week and I'll drop some knowledge on you, inmates. In the meantime, I think that's about going to do it for us. Thank you very much for joining us. Join us next week for Your Next, closing out AJ Bowen month.
All right, finally a good one.
Figured you guys could use a palate cleanser.
Yes, thank you.
Especially after the glory that is Sun Don't Shine.
I'm surprised you didn't save that for last.
Maybe next time I will, buddy. Like, comment, subscribe wherever you found the show. It helps our visibility quite a bit. We do have a Patreon campaign running if you're interested. Just go to paddedroompodcast.com and find everything you need to know about us there. In the meantime, for AJ Bowen, Florida couples, giant alligators, cars that are not roadworthy in the least bit, anime, an exciting turn that we may actually get a football-based horror movie. It's two of my favorite things. Mm-hmm. Now, they could come together like peanut butter and jelly, or they could be...
They've done it before.
There's a football horror movie?
Yeah, it's a high school one.
What? Wait, whoa. You're blowing my mind here.
Maybe it's more of a thriller. But it's the one where it infects people's minds, and then they're like...
Oh, you're thinking of...
that's The Faculty.
Yeah.
That's an alien horror movie.
Yeah, that's not football.
It's still football kids.
This looks like a football horror movie. Whole thing takes place in 60
Around
minutes.
Around the football. Okay.
That's what it is. 4 quarters, you're done. and the Padded Room Podcast. I'm afraid visiting hours are over.
Bye, and have a great week.
Put my heels and dance with the heat rise.